Today we're going to learn what a polygon is. So we're going to start with the definition. Polygon is a closed plane figure formed by three or more straight line segments called sides. Each side must meet exactly two other sides, one at each of its endpoints, and each endpoint is a vertex of the polygon. So I'm going to go through each of these sentences to explain using these two examples that I have. So we're going to first start with the first sentence. A polygon is a closed plane figure. So you can see each of these shapes that I have are closed. They don't have any openings anywhere. I drew it as best as I could, but they don't have any openings. So that's what it means by closed plane. And it's a plane because it's a flat surface, which is two-dimensional. So you could see both of these meet that criteria, and they're formed by three or more straight line segments called sides. So these are the sides, that's a side, that's a side, that's a side, and so on. So you need at least three sides, and each is considered a side. Now, each side must meet exactly two other sides, one at each of its endpoints. So this is where it got confusing for me at first, but now I have a clear understanding of what it means. So if we start, let's say, with this side here, let's say we start with this side. You can see that this side meets exactly two other sides. So this is the one endpoint of it, and this is another endpoint. You can see it meets this side and it meets this side, right? So that's one, that's two. So it meets two other sides, one at each of its endpoint. That's a very important thing to remember because that's required to define a polygon. Now, you can see this shape here that we have meets that criteria. So if you pick a side and you look at each of its endpoints, it's going to meet just two sides, one at each of its endpoint. But if, let's say, you try this one here, so let's pick this side on this shape. It has an endpoint here. It has an endpoint here. Now, you could see on this end, one endpoint has this side, one. It has this side, two, and then meets this side, three. So just because that one side has three other sides that meet at its endpoint, this is not a polygon. So it's important to remember that concept. That's very confusing in textbooks. They write it in a way that's very confusing, but that's one thing that you need to remember. Now, at each endpoint is a vertex of the polygon. So you can see each endpoint is considered a vertex. So there's one vertex here, another endpoint, vertex, another point here, vertex, same thing with here, vertex. So this shape is a polygon because it meets all those criterias, but the other one is not a polygon. So I hope this is clear. It was very confusing for me, but now I fully understand it, and I hope I explained it in a very clear way that's going to be helpful. If you like the video, please subscribe, like, and comment.